got a chance to see the new episode of House of the Dragon, Small Folk. Season 2, Episode 6. Let's talk about it right now. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thank you so much for spending time with me as we rant about movies, comic books, and television shows, as well as the occasional board game. And I am your host, Frank Zank. I'm an award-winning screenwriter, novelist, and comic book writer, as well as a filmmaker. I gave a class last week on how to write to a certain budget and live produce, and I think it went pretty well. I'm still communicating with the students that I had, so even though it was just a one-day class. And if you're ever looking to do anything like that, let me know, because I do have them sporadically. I am working on some films of my own. I will be on a podcast tomorrow. I don't know exactly what channel or anything like that. They haven't fed me that information. I'm just going in blind, I guess. All right, so if you'd like to read anything that I've written, you could check out the link below in the description, and that will take you to my Amazon. I am going to be re-releasing Mythlords Classic Monsters on Kickstarter at the beginning of the month, and you'll find that link there as well. In the meantime, also give me a like and a subscribe, and let's jump right into House of the Dragon, Season 2, Episode 6, Small Folk. And the reason it's even being called this is because this is the other way that the war is being waged, is by creating unrest within the Hightower situation over there. Their country that has the Iron Throne in it. They have somehow created some kind of a blockade or whatever else where they can't get food. I don't know how that's working. I missed that. But anyway, that's what's happening. So the little folk there, the villagers of the kingdom are all being, they're all dying from, I don't know if they're dying yet, but they're getting close to starvation due to low crops, etc. Definitely no meat. And Rhaenyra's, I guess we're going to call her girlfriend from now on. I'm not sure about making Rhaenyra gay or bisexual, but I guess in that period of time, everybody did everybody, I guess. It doesn't really matter. But anyway, she's experimenting with women, or will be anyway, and her confidant, who is basically like her female hand, I guess, Mysaria, so she has been, I guess she has little spies and stuff like that in there, and they're creating unrest inside the walls of the kingdom, especially now when they see a whole cart of lambs coming through for food. They're like, why are we eating this mush? And food is just scarce. Meanwhile, up in the kingdom, up in the castle, they are eating well. So, and Alicent just barely gets out of there before she gets trampled by these people that are going to be in civil war, basically. There's some kind of a revolution going to be taking place. But this episode was written by Eileen Shim. I guess her claim to fame is the Hulu show, Light as a Feather. I think she wrote pretty much every episode of that. I guess that was basically her show. I don't know. She wrote one other episode of House of the Dragon. And then it was directed by Andriy Parek. And he's basically a cinematographer. And he's directed little things here and there, little episodes here. This is his first episode of House of the Dragon. He did direct 6 episodes of something else, but it's not in my brain right now. Let's see if I can find it, because now it's going to bother me if I don't. Oh, Succession. He did 6 episodes of Succession. So yeah, so they have some experience, but he's been a cinematographer forever. So he's finally making the jump into director. So I thought that it was a good episode. There was no action in there outside of the dragon, because in the last episode they set up that they have dragons with no riders, which I didn't even know, except for some of the young kids that have their baby dragons. And so there was a group, I guess, of lineage that they felt could, that was their plan anyway, that they felt was going to be able to meld with the dragon because they had royal blood, even though it was thinner. And when the guy came in, because I am going to do spoilers here, because when the guy came in, I'm like, this is the guy they picked. He's kind of squirrely, you know. He just doesn't really come off as the hero type. And he's like, I'm going to do it. And they're like, you know, just let you know, this is a high-risk situation, man. And he thought that the dragon was actually going to kowtow to him. By the end of that, he's like, I did it. I'm going to get on the dragon. And the dragon's like, yeah, just kidding. Psych! And he basically flames him. But then the dragon, I guess, realizing that he needs a rider, just kind of goes out into the world. I don't know how the guy that he picked, which is the brother of the seaman, I don't know how he picked him. But apparently by the end, he's riding around on Seacrest there, Sea Smoke. Yeah, Ryan Seacrest, yeah. Ryan Sea Smoke. So anyway, he's riding around, and that's where, at the very end, Rhaenyra's doing her lesbian thing, and the guard barges in to tell her that some guy's riding around, and then she jumps on her dragon and goes. That was the interesting part of the episode. And, you know, the revolution starting. Those are really the only two parts that I found interesting. Everything going on with Daemon, I could care less, man. I know that everything is hinging on him, supposedly, but I could care less about him going crazy or him having hallucinations or the other girl with the owl that he's got. I could care less about any of that. The river folk or whatever's going on there, I just find that boring. I know they're trying to give him an arc, but I'm bored. I'm bored with that. Every time he comes on the screen now, I used to like when he came on the screen when Matt Smith was doing his thing. But now I'm just, you know, let's get it. I just want to move on. So I hope they do something with this soon, because that whole storyline is ended 2 episodes ago. They should not be continuing that. And then the other piece of the episode had to do with Aemond, who basically tells his mom to shut the fuck up. He basically ousts her from the table. He has a talk with her, and he basically said that you have no place here anymore. I guess he's tired of listening to her, or tired of her basically playing mommy in front of everybody else. But I think that she tries to give some good, you know, counsel, and he's just not listening. But the other thing is, I thought she was pregnant in the last episode. I don't know how much time has passed. It never tells you. So all of a sudden, she's talking to the one guy and said, how's my son? Oh, he's grown up, or, you know, he's got, you know, he's older already, like 9 years old or whatever. What? Is that the same person that she was pregnant with, or that was somebody else, or she wasn't really pregnant, or she just had a stomach ache in the last episode? I don't really know how any of that works, but even when she asked about the son, she looked over at Kristen. So I'm confused by all of that. Somebody please explain that to me, because I'm confused about all that. So if there is the other son, you know, why is he not there with the rest of them? You know, and who's the father? Unless it was a previous thing that she had with Kristen and hid that whole pregnancy a while ago. I don't know. I'm very confused by that. Anyway, somebody please clue me in. But the whole thing with Aemond and Aegon has now gained consciousness, and Aemond is not happy about it. And the other guy who thought he was going to be the hand, the guy with the limp, he basically says people will underestimate you because you will never be normal again. And the thing is to use that people underestimated you as a power for yourself. And he says that, you're in danger now because Aemon's going to kill you. And he's like, help me. Just help me. So anyway, that's pretty much the episode in a nutshell. Again, I thought it was a decent episode. There was a few things that obviously propelled the story forward. Not a whole lot. It's like inches on, hopefully to a very gravitas ending, because we only have 4 episodes left, I believe. I think it's 10 episodes. But we have a lot of little pieces kind of coming together, and I do like the other guy who was, had some ambition for his brother, and he was hoping to ride the coattails of the brother. And I don't know how that whole lineage works. But obviously, I don't know if he's actually blood or not, or if the dragon just chose him. I don't know. Because he looked for him. I mean, he was chasing him. So I don't know how that works. But anyway, again, thanks for watching, everybody. I greatly appreciate it. Let me know what you guys thought of the episode. Again, I generally liked it. Not the greatest episode of House of the Dragon, but a decent episode. The acting is always good, and the set design is always good. Special effects with the dragons are usually good, too. So anyway, remember to give me a thumbs up. Give me a subscribe if you can, if you like talk about movies, television shows, and comics. That's pretty much what I do here. So if you ring that bell to get your notifications, ding, ding. And also, if you'd like to read anything that I've written, then definitely check out the description below to my link to my Amazon and to the Kickstarter page for my card game based on the Universal Classic Monsters. Anyway, I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a great week. Check out some other videos before you leave, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye-bye.